Good day to Dr. Hyrule and my fellow friends. Today we are here to present our product beach cleaning machine. Before we proceed to the product presentation, let me tell you why beach cleaning machine is needed widely. First, the lack of beach cleanliness due to the attitude of ignorance by beachgoers. Next, higher amount of litter require more frequent and cost-effective cleaning regime. Now, we are proudly present the one and only Dr. Sandy, the future of beach cleaning device. Let me explain you about the dimensions of Dr. Sandy. I will start with the chassis dimension. The length of the chassis is 3297.20 mm. The width of the chassis is 721.20 mm and the height of the chassis is 1220 mm. For the basket we use for the waste collection. So the dimension are 620 mm length, 500 mm width and also 400 mm height. The tire for the machine, we choose 420 mm diameter of tires. And then the custom made belt for the conveyor, the length will be 911.52 mm, the width will be 500 mm and also the height will be 825.05 mm. The custom made scoop giving us 90 mm width and also 500 mm length. For the battery, the length will be 212, the width will be 129 and the height will be 203. For the handle part, the length will be 177.50 mm and the diameter of the handle will be 83.14 mm. Tire bearing will be 100 mm diameter. The motor length will be 180 and the height will be 110. The motor pulley will be 76.2 mm and the shaft for the machine will be 500 mm and 22 mm diameter. Last but not least, the shaft pulley with 320 mm. Next, I will pass the presentation to Kishore. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Well, this is motion simulation of our machine. This is how exactly the machine will be function. The conveyor is operating continuously or automatically by battery cells. If you guys focus on the direction of the moving conveyor, the attached scoop on conveyor will be collecting the rubbish from bottom and carry up to top and drop into our container. It's a very simple and fundamental design to solve the prolonged global issue. Okay, then let's check out the bill of material of this machine. In part 1, there is prime mover and waste container and removing. In prime mover, we have 4 pieces of low pressure polyurethane beach wheels and then 4 pieces of M30 stainless steel hexagonal flange wheel bolts and 8 pieces of M30 washer, 7 meter of BS 1139 GI pipe, 1 meter of black pipe, 2 pieces of handlebar grid, 4 pieces of mild steel plate with different dimension, 2 pieces of mild steel plate with different dimension, and then 2 pieces of male basket rail, 1 pieces of battery holder and 1 pieces of battery 24 volt. Whereas in waste container removing, we have 1 nose of plastic mesh basket and 2 pieces of female basket rail. I will explain more details about the part 1 design based on its bill of material. The wheels that we use in the machine is 4 pieces of polyurethane beach wheels. It is low pressure and perfect to use in the beach sand condition. Next, we use M30 hexagonal flange wheel nuts to tighten the wheels. We use stainless steel material to control corrosion on machine. All bolts and nuts are fit with the washers. To produce a stronger structure, we use British Standard Grade 1139 galvanized iron pipe to build the cases. It's 4 mm thickness pipe and anti-corrode material. Okay. Also, we use class AA black pipe for handle structure. All the structure is welding joint. A good one pair of handlebar grip was used for operator's comfort during push or pull the machine towards cleaning area. Then 4 pieces of 12 mm thickness 60 mm by 60 mm mild steel bar is uses for holding the wheels. 2 pieces of 8 mm thickness 40 mm by 40 mm mild steel bar is uses to hold one of the shaft out of 3. For easy disposal method, we uses rail to fit basket in our machine. Means it's totally easy to clear the rubbish from the machine. Other than that, we uses N40 battery with its holder as power supply source to run the conveyor. Meanwhile, we used a mesh type plastic material basket. This is semi-automatic functionable machines. The operator of this machine is only need to switching on the motor to run the conveyor. Next, the operator require to push or pull the machine to cleaning area. The rubbish will be collected and filled in the basket. The mesh type of conveyor and basket will help to remove the tiny sand from the machine so that we can purely collect the rubbish. Once the basket full, we can rail out the basket and rail in back once clear it. So easy operation, right? No complication in using it at all. Can be said 100% user friendly. Okay then, I'll pass the next section to my teammates Ruben.
Thanks Mr. Kishok. For the part 2 of bomb list is collector plus separating and conveyor plus separating. For collector plus separating, we use mesh conveyor rubber belt 9.7 feet length, 1.6 feet width, 12 mm thickness. Attached bucket is 500 mm times 900 mm, which is one set. For the conveyor plus separating, we use RS Pro stainless steel round tube 1 piece, which is driving shaft. RS Pro stainless steel round tube 600 mm length 2 pieces, which is driven shaft. For bearing housing, we use 6 pieces and radial ball bearing 6 pieces. Listen motor metric DC motor 1 unit. Pulley 3 inch 1 unit. Pulley 12 inch 1 unit. V-belt 2 pieces. Motor fastener 2 pieces. Motor nut 2 pieces. But we use scoop as collector, but in our system the scoop is attached together with the mesh conveyor, so it comes as one set which attached together by latex molding. The scoop attached to the conveyor collect the waste when system is running. The scoop is fully mesh type, which enables first stage of separation process of system is occurs. So in our system, collecting and separating process happens together. However, second stage of separating process occurs during conveying. In this case, conveying and separating process also happens together. This is because our conveyor also fully mesh type, which make the sand drops without any effort during machine moving. The two stages of separation process well enough to separate waste and sand before drops into container. In our design, the driving shaft is placed at front side of conveyor, while driven shafts are placed at rear side of conveyor, one at lower side, one at upper side. All shafts are supported by radial ball bearings at each end. For lower shafts, the bearing housing is welded inside chassis and installed bearing there. However, for upper shaft, the bearing housing is installed inside mild steel plate. The DC motor is mounted using motor fasteners and nuts. It is connected to driving shaft by using pulley and V-belt. The 3-inch pulley installed at motor side, while 12-inch pulley installed at driving shaft. The next is engineering analysis. For the selection of beach wheel, we select the polyurethane beach wheel which is 42 cm dia. The maximum payload per wheel is 80 kg with the pressure range is the low pressure of 0.14 to 0.28 bar. This polyurethane wheel is resistant to sunlight, oxygen and several other environmental factors. It is resistant to the damage caused by the abrasive chemicals and also resistant to cuts and tears, making it extremely durable. For the selection of motor, we finally choose Listen Moto Metric, which is DC motor with the voltage of 24 volt and power of 1.5 kW or 2 horsepower. The motor speed is 1800 rpm with number of poles is 6 and it is smooth transmission motor. Although the speed of motor is 1800 rpm, we decided to use 3-inch pulley at motor side and 12-inch pulley at shaft side to reduce the speed of the system to 450 rpm. Next is V-belt, which connects the motor and the driving shaft. Based on V-belt analysis, we are going to use 2 pieces of type A V-belt to connect the motor and driving shaft. After that, analysis for driving shaft and driven shaft. After the engineering analysis, the shaft diameter we are going to use for driving shaft is 20 mm and 22 mm for the driven shaft. By the fatigue analysis, the safety factor for the driving shaft is 2.32, while the safety factor for the driven shaft is 2.52. In this case, we can say that our shafts are strong enough to withstand the twice of our design load. And finally, based on bearing analysis, we use radial ball bearings at all the shafts.
Thank you, Ruben. For the next one, we'll be looking at product design specification. The first specification will be performance. The beach cleaning device designed to as it is able to remove large beach debris in addition to smaller items like cigarette butts and bottle caps. Driftwood, buckets, excessive seaweed and full garbage bags can easily be removed as well. This device operates with the combination of manual labor, where it's the efficient speed of the machine to perform cleaning depends on the labor. The product only requires a 24-volt battery as power source. The conveyor is attached to the shaft of the front wheel, which is moved by a DC motor. The product should be portable but with no option for permanent mounting. The separating and conveying are combined together, which gives an upper hand for a faster process with the motor-powered conveyor. Next specification will be size. The height of the device is 122 cm, which is around the comfortable height for people. The length of the device is 3297.2 cm respectively, where this product is perfect for all beach sand condition because it is compact in size and gives a more wider area to cover with less workforce. The weight of the device is 308 kg and it can able to withstand the average Malaysia beach wind speed. Moving on to materials. The device is made of strong solid frame with fully dipped galvanized which prevent corrosion. BS 1139 GI pipes with 46.6 mm nominal diameter and 4 mm thickness has been used to build the frame. Low pressure beach wheels is used to sustain the weight and the device's movement. All the materials are durable and selected with beach condition and corrosion as main affecting factors. Moving on to product costs.
The product should have an end user cost around 2500 RM without shipping, and the cost of manufacture should be less than 2000, and the cost of packaging and shipping should be no more than 50% of the manufacturing cost. For maintenance specification, this design will be modular for easy repair and cleaning. The repair is faster since identifying a defect module or order a spare unit often is easier than digging into details. Automated lubrication. It provides lubricant constantly at an appropriate amount that allows the bearing to operate at its optimum, which require less maintenance. Parts requiring lubrication should be accessible without the use of special tools or equipment. All fasteners used should comply with BS 6105. No special tools should be required for maintenance. For standards, this device will be made according to certification of ISO 9001. Moving on to ergonomics, compact, self-propelled and walk-behind sand cleaner that offers dependability and maneuverability and is an effective sand cleaner for removing debris from virtually any small sandy area, regardless of location and space restrictions. Easily accomplishes through cleaning of difficult congested beaches, sports high flotation tires, and can drive across fairways without leaving ruts. It agilely powers in and out of bunkers without damaging their edges. Next is product lifespan. This product will exist still launching better features or technology machines in market. However, the development team will look forward improvement on product to sustain in market for a longer period. Moving on to shelf life storage. This device can't get rusted due to stainless steel material, so that it can be stored anywhere for a longer period. The device is recommended to store at safe height at below 1 meter from ground to avoid fall factor. This device should avoid heavy heat impact to function smoothly. To conclude, the fundamental design of the machine perfectly met the objective of our project and tend to contribute much more for beach cleanliness. During designing, our team has paid major attention on operating sources of this machine. With the intention of supporting the world in Go Green, our team has totally avoided using operating sources of this machine such as fossil fuels, engines, exhaust, and many more anti-environmental components. Yes, this machine fully operates by motor and battery in order to lessen the maintenance and to innovate eco-friendly products. Lastly, as a responsible citizens, we have to take care of the natural resources and set an example for the next generation. Thank you very much.